Welcome to Commercial Property Deep Dive by Eureka Business Group. In each episode, we break down the essentials of managing commercial properties with expert advice and actionable tips. Let's dive right in.
Welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Always exciting to be back.
Today we're tackling, I guess, what can be a really tricky part of owning retail properties.
Oh, for sure.
That's attracting good tenants.
Right. Getting the right tenants.
Yeah, exactly. And thankfully, we've got a great article as a source here to help us out.
Yeah. This one is from EBG Commercial Management.
It's called Marketing Strategies to Fill Vacancies in Retail Properties.
And it's got a ton of really great information.
So we'll dig into and pull out some of the most useful stuff, I think, for everyone listening.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that this article really stresses is having a multifaceted approach.
Right, not just doing one thing.
Exactly. Like it's not enough to just, put up a for lease sign.
And call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be thinking strategically and embracing all of the tools we have available in the digital age.
So it's like the old saying goes, you have to spend money to make money.
Right.
But I think it's more about spending time and effort
Yes. Strategically, of course.
to attract those ideal tenants.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And I think one of the foundational pieces that the article really stresses is knowing your audience.
Okay.
It's all about finding the right tenant for your property,
Yeah,
not just any tenant.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So how do we figure out, who that ideal tenant is? What are some of those steps we can take?
What are some practical things?
Well, the article has some great, action steps that it lists.
I love that.
And it's kind of like thinking about it this way, like you wouldn't open a bakery
Okay.
in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
You want to be where the people who love pastries are.
So location is key.
Location is key, but it's also about those local market trends, like
All right.
what kinds of businesses are already thriving in the area.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and what are consumers looking for?
Right.
You can even, survey your current tenants
That's a great idea.
to get their insights.
Yeah, they're the ones on the front lines.
Yeah, exactly.
So they probably know better than anyone.
They know what's working, what's not working.
Absolutely.
And once you have a good picture of who that target audience is, you need to figure out how to reach them.
Yeah, how to get their attention.
Exactly. And that's where a strong online presence comes in.
No surprises there, right?
No surprises, but this is where I think it gets interesting.
Okay, so let's talk about what a strong online presence actually looks like for a retail property.
Well, first and foremost, you need a user-friendly website.
Okay.
Not just any website, but one that really showcases the property's features and benefits.
Makes sense.
High-quality images, detailed floor plans, maybe even a virtual tour.
Oh, yeah, virtual tours are so cool.
They're getting really good.
Yeah, you can walk through the space.
Yeah, exactly.
And it needs to be easy to navigate.
Yes. You don't want potential tenants getting lost in a maze of pages.
Absolutely not.
And speaking of getting found, we can't forget about SEO.
Right. Search engine optimization.
Yes, this is crucial for making sure that your property pops up when someone searches for retail space online.
So you're saying I need to sprinkle some keywords throughout my website copy.
Well, think about it this way. If someone's searching for retail space downtown,
Okay.
and your website doesn't mention those words anywhere, you're basically invisible to them.
Right. You're not going to come up.
You're not going to come up in the search results.
So website SEO, checked off the list. What else should I be doing online?
Don't underestimate the power of platforms like LoopNet and CoStar.
I've heard of those.
They're like the Zillow of commercial real estate.
Oh, okay.
You absolutely need to have listings on those sites.
So for those who haven't heard of LoopNet or CoStar, what exactly are they?
They're basically the go-to websites for finding commercial properties.
So if you're looking
It's like a central hub
Okay.
for connecting landlords and potential tenants.
Gotcha.
And to make your listing stand out on those platforms, you need to go beyond just, the basic information.
I'm guessing high-quality visuals are going to come into play here.
You got it, professional photos, maybe even a video tour.
Okay.
You want to give those potential tenants a real feel for the space.
And it's got to have that wow factor, right?
Definitely. And don't forget about writing compelling property descriptions.
Oh, yeah. Right.
This is your chance to really highlight those unique selling points.
So we've got the website, we've got listings on these big platforms, we've got SEO, we're rocking and rolling. But I have a feeling we're not done yet.
You all right, we're not done yet. The digital world is vast, and we
Mhm.
need to make sure that we're using all the tools at our disposal.
Okay.
Which brings us to the power of social media advertising.
Ah, yes. Everyone's on social media these days.
Everyone's on social media, and you can target those potential tenants directly.
That's so cool. How does that work?
Think about the targeting capabilities of platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Okay.
You can target businesses based on their location, their industry, even their specific interests.
So if I'm trying to attract like a trendy coffee shop,
Yes.
I could target businesses that follow other coffee shops or restaurant industry blogs.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
can get really specific with your targeting.
That's awesome.
Which means you're not wasting your advertising budget on people who aren't interested.
And I'm assuming we're not just talking text-based ads here.
Absolutely not. Think about the power of visuals.
Ooh, I love visuals.
A captivating image or video of your property can really draw people in.
Yeah.
It's about telling a story visually and evoking an emotional response.
I can just imagine, someone scrolling through Facebook.
Right.
And they see this stunning photo of your property all bathed in natural light.
Yes.
And the caption's like, imagine your business thriving in this vibrant space.
That's exactly it. You want to create that aspirational feeling.
It's all about getting them to see it right.
Exactly. Make them envision their business succeeding in your property.
I love that now, even with the best online marketing, I feel like sometimes nothing beats experiencing a space firsthand.
You are absolutely right. The article also emphasizes the importance of open houses and property tours.
Makes sense.
This gives those potential tenants the chance to walk through the space, get a feel for it, and really truly imagine their business there.
It's kind of like when you walk into a house and you're like, oh, this is the one,
Yes. Yes, you can't always capture that feeling online.
Exactly.
And it's a chance for you as the landlord to make that personal connection with potential tenants.
Yeah.
Answer their questions, address any concerns they might have.
It's all about building relationships.
Exactly.
So they feel good about it.
You want them to feel confident in their decision.
Exactly. And while we're on that topic of making a good impression, the article also talks about, having a nice brochure
Oh, yes.
that clearly lays out the lease information.
Don't underestimate the power of a tangible takeaway.
Yeah, people love leaving with something.
It shows that you're professional and organized.
Makes sense.
Plus, they can refer back to it later when they're weighing their options.
It's a little reminder of their visit.
Exactly.
And you know what else I think can make a big difference?
What's that?
The atmosphere during those open houses and tours.
Okay, what do you have in mind?
Think about it like you walk in and there's some light refreshments.
Okay.
Maybe some music playing in the background, just something to make it feel welcoming and memorable.
I like it. It's all about creating an experience.
Yeah, exactly.
You want them to leave with a positive feeling about the property.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of going above and beyond,
Yeah.
the article talks about community connections and incentives.
Yes.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Oh, tell me more.
It's this idea of building relationships with local businesses and organizations.
Yeah.
It's not just about marketing. It's about being part of the community.
Absolutely. And the article suggests attending networking events, partnering with local organizations,
Right.
maybe even sponsoring community initiatives.
I love that.
It's about showing that you are invested in the success of the area,
Yeah, not just your property.
not just your property,
but the whole
community.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Like, if you're trying to attract a new restaurant to your property, you want to be seen as a valuable contributor to the local food scene.
Exactly. It builds trust, it builds credibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
Potential tenants are more likely to choose your property if they see you as a supportive member of that community.
And then there's the idea of offering incentives to kind of sweeten the deal.
Oh, yeah.
Things like reduced rent for the first few months.
Right.
Maybe some rent-free periods.
Right.
Even flexible lease terms.
These can be super effective, especially in a competitive market.
Yeah, I bet.
It shows potential tenants that you are willing to work with them
Absolutely.
and understand their needs.
It's like a little extra nudge to say, hey, we want you here.
Exactly. It can make a big difference when a potential tenant is deciding between, two similar properties.
So for sure.
Yeah. It's about understanding what those tenants are looking for and finding ways to meet those needs.
Totally. So beyond those incentives, though, we should also talk about highlighting the property's unique features and benefits.
Yes. What makes this space special? Is it the location?
Right as the foot traffic.
Is there tons of parking?
Are there modern amenities?
All of these are selling points.
Absolutely. Don't be shy about showcasing those.
It's about highlighting what sets you apart from the competition.
Yeah, and I love that you keep bringing up the visuals because
Yeah.
it's making me think about how I present my properties online. And it's like, you need to have that right.
You need to have those high-quality photos, those videos to really bring those features to life.
Yeah.
Think about the story those visuals are telling. Are you selling convenience,
Oh,
luxury, a sense of community?
yeah, that's a good point.
It can make all the difference.
And you know what else adds credibility?
What's that?
Testimonials from happy tenants.
Yes. Let those success stories speak for themselves.
It's social proof.
Social proof for your property.
Exactly. Potential tenants are way more likely to be convinced if they hear it from other businesses.
Right, if they see that other people have been successful in your space.
Exactly. And in this digital age, we can track almost everything.
Oh.
We can track website traffic, social media engagement, lead generation, all of that data.
Right, all of that can help you fine-tune your marketing strategies.
So it's not just about putting it out there and hoping for the best.
The article emphasizes using analytics tools.
Okay.
Are your social media ads hitting the right target audience?
Right. Are people actually clicking on them?
Exactly. Is your website attracting enough traffic?
Are people staying on the website?
Exactly. This data can answer those questions and can really guide those decisions.
It's like having a constant feedback loop.
Right. It helps you optimize your approach over time.
Love that. And finally, let's talk about branding.
Yes.
I never really thought about branding when it comes to real estate.
It's about creating a strong brand identity, which makes a lasting impression.
Okay.
It's about conveying professionalism, reliability, and highlighting the unique advantages of your property.
So tell me more about that. How do I do that?
Well, think about it this way. If you have a strong brand, people will immediately recognize and trust your properties.
That makes sense.
It's about creating a consistent look and feel across all of your marketing channels.
Okay.
From your logo and your color scheme to your messaging, your tone of voice.
So consistency is key.
Consistency is key. It's about building that recognizable brand
Yeah,
that represents quality and professionalism.
I like it.
And it helps you stand out from the competition.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember, you're not just selling a space, you're selling an experience.
It's a whole package.
It's a whole package.
I love that this has been so insightful. I feel like already I'm thinking about my marketing in a totally different way,
Yeah.
more strategically.
And there's one more thing I want to mention that the article touches on.
Okay.
And that is partnering with a commercial real estate broker.
Okay.
This can be a game changer, especially if you're new to the game or just don't have a lot of time to dedicate to marketing.
That's a good point because they have the expertise.
They have the expertise.
And they have the connections.
Yes. They're like your trusted advisors in the world of commercial real estate. They have their finger on the pulse of the market.
They know what's going on.
They know how to connect the right tenants with the right properties.
It's like having a secret weapon.
It can be.
And it can save you so much time and effort.
Absolutely.
I love it. This article is packed with information.
It really is.
And it's really opened my eyes, I think, to the need for a thoughtful approach
Right.
and a proactive approach to marketing retail properties.
It's not something that you can just do haphazardly.
You got to have a plan.
You gotta have a plan.
We've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
but there's still more to explore.
There is. We've laid this foundation for attracting those ideal tenants.
Right.
But what happens next?
That's a great question. And it leads us perfectly into our next topic, which is all about retaining those tenants once you've landed them.
Stay tuned for that. Attracting tenants is a huge accomplishment, but it's really just the first step
Right.
in building a thriving retail ecosystem.
Yeah. You want those businesses to not just move in,
Right.
but to flourish and really become long-term members of your property's community.
Exactly.
So you've signed the lease, you've popped the champagne, now what?
Now what?
What are some key strategies for keeping those tenants happy and successful?
Well, think of it like any other relationship.
Okay.
Communication is key.
Makes sense.
You want to establish clear channels of communication right from the beginning.
So like regular check-ins, making sure they know who to contact if they have issues.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just addressing problems.
Okay.
It's about being proactive,
Okay.
checking in to see how their business is doing, asking if there's anything you can do to support them.
It's about building a true partnership then.
Yes, not just a landlord-tenant transaction.
Yeah, exactly.
And think about, creating opportunities for your tenants to connect with each other.
Okay.
Maybe organize networking events or even just a shared online forum where they can share ideas and resources.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It fosters a sense of community.
Yeah.
It encourages collaboration.
It's like you're building a little ecosystem within your property.
Exactly. And remember, happy tenants are your best advocates.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are going to tell their friends and colleagues about your property.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth, which can lead to more referrals.
Oh, absolutely.
Attract new businesses.
It's like a ripple effect.
It is.
Their success becomes your success.
Exactly. Now, beyond communication and community building, there are some practical things that you can do to create a tenant-friendly environment.
I'm all ears. Tell me about those practical tips.
Well, think about the amenities you offer.
Okay.
Are they up to date? Are they appealing to modern businesses?
So they might need some sprucing up.
They might need a refresh.
Okay.
Maybe it's time to upgrade those common areas, invest in high-speed internet.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Maybe even offer on-site childcare facilities.
Wow, going above and beyond.
It's about going beyond the bare minimum
Yeah.
and creating a space where businesses really want to be.
And then there are the little things, too,
Yeah.
right?
The little things matter.
Yeah, like making sure the landscaping is nice.
Right.
Keeping the common areas clean.
Well-maintained.
It shows that you care.
It shows that you're invested.
And speaking of creating a positive experience,
Yes.
the article also talks about promoting your tenants' businesses.
Oh, absolutely.
So like sharing their social media posts.
Yes. Highlighting them in your property newsletter.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
You can even organize joint marketing campaigns or events to cross-promote each other.
Leveraging each other's strengths.
Exactly. Creating those win-win situations.
Love it. Now, here's something I think is really important. It's flexibility.
Yes. The business world is constantly changing.
For sure.
Your tenants' needs might evolve over time.
So you've got to be willing to adapt.
Exactly. So maybe a tenant, starts out in a small storefront,
Okay.
and then they need to expand to a larger space.
All right.
If you're flexible and willing to work with them,
Yeah.
they're more likely to stay with you.
Makes sense.
Instead of going and looking for a new property.
Right. You're showing them that you're a partner in their growth.
Exactly.
I love that.
Now remember, tenant retention is an ongoing process.
Right. It's not just a one-time thing.
That's not a one and done.
Okay.
You need to constantly be evaluating your strategies.
Yeah.
Get feedback from your tenants, make adjustments as needed.
It's that feedback loop again.
It is.
So important.
Stay connected, stay flexible, and always be looking for ways to enhance that tenant experience.
I love that this has been so insightful. I'm already thinking of ways I can improve things at my properties.
I'm so glad. And here's a final thought to kind of leave you with. Think beyond just attracting and retaining tenants.
Okay.
Think about creating a vibrant retail ecosystem that benefits the entire community.
I love this idea of a retail ecosystem, so tell me more about that.
Imagine your property as more than just a collection of businesses.
Okay.
Think of it as a destination, a hub where people come to shop, to dine, to socialize, to experience something special.
Creating a sense of place.
Exactly. A destination that draws people in and keeps them coming back.
And that benefits everyone.
It benefits everyone, your tenants, the entire community.
It's thinking bigger picture.
It is thinking about the long-term impact
Yeah.
that your property can have on the surrounding area.
Absolutely.
And it all starts with attracting and retaining those ideal tenants who will contribute to that vibrant ecosystem.
This has been an amazing deep dive.
It has.
We've gone from attracting tenants online to fostering a thriving retail community.
I know, it's amazing how it's all connected.
It's all connected.
It all comes together.
And it really highlights that you need to be strategic and holistic in your approach to retail property management.
Absolutely.
And always remember, it's about building relationships,
Yes,
not just signing leases.
you got it. Now let's wrap up with some key takeaways and a final thought-provoking question for our listeners.
Okay, so to recap, for everyone out there listening, if you want to transform your retail property from just a space for rent into a thriving destination.
Right, from just building into a real experience.
Yeah, exactly. It all starts with that solid marketing strategy.
Absolutely. Getting those people in the door.
And we've talked about so much.
Yeah.
Everything from crafting a killer online presence to building those community connections.
Really getting involved.
But it doesn't stop there, right?
No, it doesn't. Attracting the right tenants is a huge first step.
Mhm.
But creating a space where businesses want to not just move in,
Right. Okay.
but actually thrive long term,
Yeah.
that's when the magic really happens.
It's about shifting your mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
From just being a landlord to being a partner in your tenant's success.
100%. It takes effort on both sides.
For sure.
Open communication, flexibility, and maybe even some creative collaboration
Yeah, working together.
to create that win-win environment.
You know, something you said earlier about tenant testimonials really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking about how powerful those can be, not just for attracting new tenants,
Right.
but for reinforcing that sense of community for the businesses that are already there.
Absolutely. It's like proof that it works,
Yeah.
that this is a place where businesses can succeed.
And that feedback loop comes back again,
It
right?
does. It's so important to check in with your tenants,
Yeah.
see how things are going.
Make sure everything is good.
Exactly. And be open to making adjustments.
You know what really stood out to me from this whole conversation?
What's that?
It's that shift from just thinking about things as like a transaction
Okay.
to something that's much more relational.
I like that.
You know, it's about building trust. It's about thinking long term
Yeah.
and really investing in your tenant's success.
And the success of the community.
Absolutely. Which leads us to our final thought-provoking question here.
All right, hit me with it.
So imagine you've done it all. You've got those amazing marketing strategies. You've got the tenants.
Okay.
Everyone's happy businesses are thriving. The community loves it.
Sounds like a dream.
But what about the future?
Ah, yes, the future. The ever-changing landscape of retail.
Yeah, things change all the time.
Online shopping, new technologies, consumer preferences are constantly evolving.
So how do you keep up?
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
How can you make sure that your retail property not only survives, but thrives for years to come?
I guess it's about being adaptable.
Adaptable, being open to new ideas.
Yeah.
Maybe even anticipating what's coming next.
Oh, it's the next big thing.
Exactly. Maybe it's about incorporating elements of e-commerce.
Okay.
Creating unique experiences that you can't get online.
Right.
Or even just rethinking the very concept of a physical retail space.
Wow, that's blowing my mind a little bit.
The possibilities are endless.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dives into marketing strategies for retail properties.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's for sure. We hope everyone listening out there got some valuable insights
Yes, tons of ideas to take away.
and that you feel ready to transform your own spaces into those thriving destinations.
Remember, it's about more than just filling vacancies.
Right.
It's about building that vibrant community, fostering those lasting relationships.
And creating a retail experience that's really going to stand the test of time. Well said. Until next time, happy leasing, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Commercial Property Deep Dive by Eureka Business Group. We hope you enjoyed today's insights. Don't forget to subscribe for more expert tips and real stories to help you navigate the world of commercial property management. Until next time, keep thriving.